Hi guys, it's Ray. I am starting a new cup today. This cup is going to get a little bit of everything. I only have 15 mLs of epoxy mixed up because I want to keep this coat pretty thin. I don't want it traveling and spreading too much, but I'm going to mix a little bit of my Rainbow Bright sheet into it. This is the actual glitter, just a little bit. And I am also going to put in a little bit of the Glitter and Pixie Dust Cutie Pie mica, and I'm going to use just a tiny bit of this because I don't really want a bright pink cup. I just want a hint of pink at the top. So mix that up. It will hopefully be pale enough that this decal will still show over the top, because this is the decal that's going on here. I just have that for reference where I can put my inks. So I'm going to coat the entire cup, and then I'm going to use from the TRex Sparkling Shimmer 12-pack alcohol inks. I'm going to use the Prism Pink, the Infinity Teal, and the Plasma Purple. So those you need to shake up really well because you can see where the shimmer settles in the bottom. And I think I may add 1 drop of Alumilite opaque dye to this. Perhaps, no, I'm going to add a little bit of the Pearl alcohol ink, actually, because I want it kind of translucent still, and the resin dye will make it opaque. So, just a drop or 2 of the Pearl, which I may put a couple more drops of the Pearl at the bottom when I get to that point. I don't know yet. So, we're going to get this on the cup. Again, it's going to be stretched pretty thin. Yeah, that base will be fine. Just a hint of color, exactly what I wanted. Perfect. I want it pretty thin because I don't want the inks to spread too very much. Okay, so I'm going to torch it real quick. That'll get the epoxy moving a little bit right off the gate. And get it to even out some. It's just the palest pink. That is exactly what I wanted. So I have the decal handy because I don't really want to come up into the decal zone with the inks. And I'm going to put a little bit of the Pearl in. Let it spin a minute and let some of that ink or alcohol evaporate. So I'm going to hold it up, tilted down towards the bottom of the cup, and I'm just going to put a little bit of heat to it. Maybe a little bit more than that. Just until it shows a little bit of movement. I'm going to switch my turn from towards me to away from me. And I'm going to do that one more time, just a little bit. Let some of it turn back towards the bottom from the opposite rate of flow. So really that's it. That's all I'm going to do to this one. I'm just going to let it be. I'm going to let it dry. It's got sparkle, it's got shimmer, and then we'll come in and get the decal on it. Okay, so I am not at all happy with the way this dried. I love the pale pink at the top. That is spot on what I wanted. The bottom, this pink went back to that really pale corally pink, and it's got massive fish eyes everywhere, so we're basically going to go over the whole thing again. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use my Rainbow Bright Cheat Glitter this time as an additive, because why not? And I'm not quite going to put all of this on the cup to start. This is 20 mLs. I'm going to reserve a little bit. Just in case I want to drizzle. But this should fill in all of those fish eyes from the base layer. Okay, so I'm going to try just putting a brighter purple. I'm going to go with TRex again. I'm going to go with the dragon fruit pink over top. Maybe teal has more purple. Hopefully this pink will stay vibrant. I'm going to take what's left of my epoxy. And I'm going to put into it a little bit of a white mica. This is just Frosty Pearl. I'm getting blue ink on everything, so hopefully it doesn't tint all of this blue. But I'm going to put that Frosty Pearl in, and then I'm going to grab the Pinata Pearl and put a couple drops of that in. And that blue all appears to be on the outside of the cup, thankfully, so this will still be a white drizzle. And some of my colors mixed and made more of a navy. It's fine. I'm not terribly concerned. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to torch it a little bit, holding it facing down. I'm going to stop the rotation, torch it facing up. And then hopefully, once it dries this time, I will have a cup that is bright enough on the bottom to kind of go better with my decal. And I have no idea where this decal came from, so sorry. I looked at a couple sites and I couldn't find it, so not sure on that one. It's one that I've had here for quite some time, so really not sure. I do not want to let this epoxy run too much to the top at this point. Because that is not a white cast decal, it is just clear. So I'm going to switch my rotation. Alright, and I'm just going to let it be. This is going to be much more color saturated than I had originally intended, but hopefully it'll dry more like this and be that vibrant kind of look I was going for in the first place. So, I'll be back. Okay, so I am much happier with take 2 on this. So, we're going to go ahead and get the decal on, and then we will get it back over for epoxy. And the decal is going to end up going pretty close to the top, I think. So I'm going to have to cut that top ridge of the decal off. So there we go. Now we'll be ready for epoxy on this one. Okay, time to get the coat of epoxy on here. So that is it. This tumbler is just a little lesson in no matter how long you've been at this. Things don't always go perfectly. Sometimes they're fixable. Sometimes I have to go in the strip pile or the chuck it bucket or what have you. But in this case, just simply putting another coat over the top was enough to save it. So don't fret if you make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But here we go. There's the pretty decal and the double layered alcohol inks. So that is it for this one. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next one.